Hello there, welcome back to Vintage Story. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I did not realize just how much steel I needed to make a full set of armor. In order to make the chest piece, you need 16 ingots of steel. And before you even make the chest piece, you need another 22 ingots of steel to make the chainmail. Yeah, so I need to make a lot more steel than I thought. So I built a second cementation furnace. I haven't started firing yet. I gotta go fill it up. I gotta make a bit more iron. We're gonna run out of iron before I have enough steel. I also expanded down here, changed a few things. It looks like they can share blocks. I am not having issues firing this one with them sharing these two, these 6 blocks here. So if that's the case, that is quite convenient. You save on a few blocks. Of course, these blocks will probably break more often because they're being exposed twice as often, but but worry about that later. But yeah, we have a second cementation furnace. I have to fill it up. I only have 10 ingots of iron right now. I do have a bunch of, well, have enough to make another 18 ingots of iron in there. And have a little bit in here. So I'm going to have to go find another iron mine because the one I've been using is almost completely exhausted. I also definitely don't have enough charcoal for this. I'm gathering up as much firewood as I can. We still need a lot more. Yeah, getting all the steel together, this is going to take me just a bit longer than I thought. We'll probably still be ready to go visit the archive in an episode or two, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, I gotta go chop down more trees, gotta go find more iron, and just busy work. Lots and lots of busy work. Alright, well, we got a heavy storm coming, so let's get these taken care of before that comes. And, see about getting this next batch started going. And then we'll have 2 batches of steel going at once, which will save us a little bit of time at least. Meanwhile, I'm still hammering out the next batch of iron. Okay, so structure ready for heat. Okay, good. I don't know if I need to actually light both of them, since I was only lighting the front one and they would both eventually burn, but yeah, do it this way. I make sure it's actually all burning properly. That's got the particles, that's got the particles. That's good. That's good. Okay, now we've got 2 batches going. I can finish with the rest of this iron, at least for now. And, well, we'll be just a little bit closer to steel. By the time this is done, I'll be on 16, 32, 50-ish ingots of steel sitting around. I don't think it's enough to make the full set of plate, but it would probably be enough to make a full set of chainmail. So we'll see. Well, a bear got me while I was chopping down some trees. So, made a sling, got some dirt. We're gonna hopefully get over to where I had the unfortunate incident and either retrieve all my stuff or use the sling to chase off the bear. Yeah, he hit me and I went flying. Oh, there's the bear. there's my stuff there. Do I have everything? Actually, it does look like I got everything. However, it looks like the food I had got washed away when I died in the water. And the next batch is done, so we can break that out in a moment. I was going to say, I didn't see any damaged bricks, so maybe it doesn't calculate if the bricks are damaged until after you crack open the coffin. And then I did a double check. Nope, there's one broken up there. Or well, one damaged up there. We go out here, there's one damaged back here also. So it's got to be when it's done, maybe, because I don't see any damage on this one, and this is still being well, still early in the process, so yeah, still trying to figure out when exactly it counts as being damaged. Anyway, we're gonna replace the two. Gonna pull out all of the... Well, that wasn't quite how I expected that to happen. There we go. And then we can break that one. So that's ready for another batch. And our blister steel here, we can automate it the same way we would with Iron Bloom. However, I have to swap the anvils. I can't use a bronze anvil for this. It needs to be a iron, or technically I guess steel, but I wouldn't use the steel on it. But yeah, I can swap the anvils, heat up the blister steel, put it on, and it will automatically process it for me. So I'm going to be doing that in a bit. That's another 16. As you see, I've got 12 more ingots here and another 12 in here. So we're going to make another batch of steel because I need all the steel. I've already started turning some of it into chain. Got 7 pieces of chain. 11, 18, 19, 20 steel chain just to make the chain armor. And that would account for well, that's 40 ingots of steel. If I then want to turn this into plate, yeah, that's another 6. And then this is another 16. And this is another 10. It's another 32. So I would need 72 steel to make a full set of steel plate. And that's no steel tools. That's just all of it going into armor. I did not expect it to be this expensive. And we're running very low on iron. This is it. This is the last of the iron I got from our iron mine. I need to go find more iron. So I'm going to get to that. However, while that's firing, I'm going to be working on a new project. See, I did those fences for the chicken coop quite a while ago. I just slapped down some oak fences and it looks nice. It works. And then I saw someone post a picture on the Vintage Story Discord of their chicken coop. And I should have a picture I'll share on screen. I want to try to recreate this. So we're going to be using the shale blocks that I just went out to collect. And we're going to make chain link fencing for the coop. Of course, these fences are located in the middle of the block. The chain link I'm probably going to have on the outside of the block, or on the edge of the block. But it's going to follow it all the way around and connect that side also. And I'm going to put some wooden trim on it, and as of now, I'm thinking 2 blocks tall, but I could do 3 as well, although I probably don't have enough shale for it. But that's the next task. That's what I'm going to be busy doing while making all the steel. And I haven't touched this yet. I was thinking I want to raise the arm up a bit, and then have a support beam going from here to like there on a 45-degree angle. So you have the arm coming up, you have support supporting it, it comes over, and then it dangles down and goes to the lantern. But yeah, for now, that's all I got. This is my life now. Although it does make it much easier. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I got a couple more of each already done. I'm going to need to make special corner ones. So I'm going to do that next. Well, do that as soon as this is done because I need to make some more nails and strips. So I can make a fence gate or a, just a gate. Make a nice big one. There's a 1x2, isn't there? Maybe not. Maybe I'll do a 2x4. Oh yeah. Oh wow, that takes a lot of strips. Could always use a door. A 3 tall door. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do there. But I do need nails and strips. I'm out, and so that's what I'm making up here. But yeah, these are looking pretty nice. I've got it in a repeating pattern of 3. Like I said, I need to do special ones for the corners. And then I can start laying them out and figuring everything out. Well, it took about 3 hours, but it's done. I think it looks really good. I'm going to put some trim on the ends here, maybe along the top and the bottom, the corners, and the door frame here. And I went with a bald cypress door. I have to fix this. See, I mirrored this side here so I can get the trim, which means I had to mirror all of these. But I couldn't mirror these corner ones, which are the same as those corner ones. I just copy pasted using the planer. So the pattern is a little broken. Otherwise, I think that looks great. And I would never have had the idea without, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but Fadia from the Vintage Story Discord. So yeah, this is what I'm working with. I like it. And it was a good way to kill about 3 days in game. And I've got about another batch to go on that one before it's ready to go. And then I'll have another 16 steel to work through. Unfortunately, I made a small mistake while working on my last batch of steel. See, right below the steel on the anvil work pattern is the prospector's pick. So I now have a steel prospector's pick that cost me twice as much steel to make as it should have. Like I said, I've been working on this for 3 hours. It is now 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to sleep. How did you get out? I hope that's not indicative of more chickens getting out, because I'll be very upset if it is. They really shouldn't be able to. But then again, chickens would sometimes phase through the fences also, so it's not unheard of. Anyway, it's a Gen 2. My chickens there are up to Gen 3. I don't have to worry about her. Boy, the steel grind is real. There we go. That gets us another 16 ingots of steel. We should have one damaged tile. That one up there. We've got friends. How hot are these? They're not hot at all. So I'm going to have to... It is near Gale. So if I'm going to automate this, now is the time to automate it. So gotta swap a few things out. And get back to Well, reheating all the steel and everything. And then turning it into plates. It's not that bad. It really isn't. It's just, it takes a while. This one is at 64%. I have 14 of the 22 steel I need to make a full set of chain armor. Never mind the plate. So it's safe to say we're probably not going to go with plate armor. We'll get the chainmail done, and then we'll go check out the... I almost called it the Akashic Tome. We'll check out the archive. Again, I miscounted. You need 20 chain, not 22. So we have one extra chain that we don't need. I mean, we can use it to repair the armor later, but let's see. In order to make chainmail, in order to make the steel chainmail, we need a leather jerkin. I mean, technically we have one on, and I just repaired it. But I'm going to make up a second one. I'm going to make a full set of leather since, well, double check, does the chain helmet? The chain helmet does not require leather, but the leggings and the chest do. So let's make ourselves... That's not how you make it. There we go. An extra chest piece. And extra leggings. And then we can do that for the chain leggings. That for the chain body armor. And that for the chain helmet. So let's see how this looks on us. Not bad. It offers pretty good protection. 88%. Tier 4 protection. 1.4 flat damage reduction. You can hear us shuffling around now. If we compare that to our Blackguard. The Blackguard actually has a higher flat damage reduction and a higher percentage reduction, but only for tier 3 and below. Although this does say high damage tier resistance, so tier 4 attacks only do half as much as they would. Does this say high tier? This does not say high tier. But we do get a better damage reduction against tier 4. Alright, well, I think we can take this into the archive and be pretty good. We've got... I should probably make up a few more arrows. I definitely want to make up a meteoric spear. We have... This weapon is still very good. I should definitely make another armor rack so I can store this instead of... well, making this noise all day. So yeah, this works. It is, of course, now October. So, you know, like I started recording in early September is October. It is cold. I had to dig out my winter clothing because I was already suffering from hypothermia working on our chicken coop, which I'm really liking. I think it looks much better like this now. We also have an extra block higher, but yeah, no, it looks like a proper chain link chicken wire fence. So, how long have you guys been shouting at the screen that you can't make steel or iron spears? Oh well, guess I'll just make extra arrows or something like that. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't see a spear recipe. Why don't I see a spear recipe? Because there isn't a spear recipe for anything higher than bronze. Now, I've pointed this out before. I'll point it out again. If you're efficient with where you put the voxels, you can do 9 arrows with 1 ingot. So now what we do is we go up with that one and across, and then we just chip everything we don't need off, and we've got 9 arrows with 1 ingot. Well, this hammer is almost dead. I just made a new hammerhead. So let's make another hammerhead. And then I shouldn't have to worry about it for a while. And we got more bear troubles. Get back here. That's why I build towers. Man, I've been recording for this episode for about 30 hours of playtime. And I barely have 20 minutes of footage. That's how little has gotten done just waiting on steel. Just a lot of busy work. Milking sheep. I actually got 2 new ewes and killed the Gen 0 ewe because, you know, it's less useful than a Gen 1 ewe. I think I'm missing an arrow. So now I've got 3 ewes. I can start feeding again to try to get even more milk. And hopefully I can actually milk them more often. We've got 3 sows ready to start having piglets again, and then I'll have a huge pig explosion. I've had no luck finding goats or any of the new animals, save for a moose that I found over in the desert. We have a desert moose. Yeah, I decided I wanted to do some trim on these fences, so what I did was I moved them back by 1 level. That way I can remove the front level, so now instead of being up against the line or up against the edge of the block, it's actually indented by 1 voxel. And then I'm doing trim using larch wood. And I like the trim, but I need so many larch logs, and I don't have any larch near me. The only larch I have are seeds I've gotten from randomly looting the hollows. So yeah, I did not pick a smart wood to use as my trim because I'm having a very hard time getting larch. So I have to go out on another expedition just to find lumber. I went south all the way down here. There's no larch in this area, just a bunch of oak, pine, and maple. And up here we have some birch, oak, pine, and maple. Yeah. I'm making life hard for myself. But today's episode, kind of just a lot of little chores. We did make up a bunch of more sausage, which should be ready shortly. Most of these hides are probably going to rot because I need to go get more lime so I can make, well, lime water so I can tan the hides again, but whatever. And the steel is still not done because I ran out of charcoal. So I just finished making another batch of charcoal. Filled this with a ton with let's see, it's 8 stacks high and 5 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4 wide. So it's 5 by 4 by 4. 20, 80 stacks of 32 firewood, and it gives me just about enough charcoal to do 1.5 batches of steel, and then I'm out again. Anyway, I'm gonna go find more larch, but I think I'm gonna call it an end here. Next episode, we at least have the steel chainmail ready to go. We're gonna go back to the Residence Archive. We're going to explore the whole thing. We're going to find everything we can. I do know that there's something in the library that I will find very useful. I've of course tried to avoid spoilers. I've seen mention of this item here or there, so I know it exists in game. So we're gonna go see about finding that next time. And yeah, see what else we find. So until then, Thank you for joining me today. Hope you had a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Later!